Hello! Today I'm going to be doing a tuning tutorial because I felt a little inspired to do some tuning things and stuff from something that I saw on SoundCloud. Okay, so basically, what tuning is it's these red lines on UTAU that change like the pitch of notes and stuff. And you can move them, and you can do fun things with them. And I hope I'm not talking too loud. But yeah, tuning is like that kind of stuff, and it's also like volume, gender flags, like placement of the notes, end breaths. It's a lot of different things. It's a vibrato too. But basically, I'm just gonna show you how I tune, because like tuning, everybody does it differently. So yeah, and I'm really sorry for like the ridiculously large size of my computer screen if like you can't see the notes very well. I tried to zoom them in with the thing. So basically, yeah, there's a couple different things I do when I tune. So like, basically, like for these kind of notes, like I take that out because like this is still in the note even. Oh, please hold on. I have to do this thing. By the way, this song is Common World Domination by Pinocchio Pete, and the UST's by Echo Blossom. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So basically, like these notes, like this is a part of this, like the sound, like this thing right here. Like, let me show you in the envelope. Right here is the consonant sound. Wait, no. This is the consonant sound. This is like the consonant sound, and then this part here is the vowel. Yeah, but before like once the note, the pink line starts playing, that's like the consonant or the vowel. So that's like the sound that you actually like hear, not the consonant. But I still like to bring it down here just because like that's still in there and you can still hear it. Like it's a lot more prominent on notes like M's and N's and stuff, but like on S's, since there's not really a pitch for the consonant, you can't hear it, but I still put it there just for, you know, just for kicks. And by the way, to make pitch bends, like hold on, let me show a thing. Okay, some USTs, like I mean like some of them don't even have tuning, and some of them are on like in mode 1. Basically, like if this is unclicked, you want to click that because like tuning in mode 1 is hard. Yeah, it's just hard. You don't want to do it. But basically, if there's no like pink lines or anything, like Control A or like Edit, select all, and then right click on one of the notes and go down to pitch, or in Japanese it's pichi, and then make sure that this box has an X. Like that's how you actually get the pitch bends on the notes. Like yeah, okay. But yeah, drag that out so that it covers the entire consonant. And this is only for starting sounds, and I'm using a VCV, and it's his name is Akagami Hiiro, and it's a KIRE voice bank. So it's got a lot of pitches, a lot of oto sounds too. Yeah, pitches, man. Okay. But yeah, I love this UTAU a lot. So basically you drag that out, and to make another like thing to like, because for this you can only like drag it down, or no, you can't even drag that down with this. So right click on one of the red squares and click this button. It should be like create new thing in the English UTAU, and just drag, like this is just what I do for starting notes. I like to have them go like like if you listen to this goes se. See, did you hear it like go down and then up? But since you see like these, hold on. Okay, since you see these things like these like this is where the next notes go and stuff. So then like I like to have it down there just so it sounds nice and stuff. Yeah, okay. So semai. For this note, you could do something like where you have an end breath, so like E, R. Some UTAU voice banks have different end breaths, but what I just did was I created a pitch bend there, because the new notes that you create from rests don't have the pitch bend on, and they also have like no modulation, or they have modulation, so you want to put modulation to 0, because that like makes it levels the pitch so that it like doesn't sound like the straight recording. And some people record, like sometimes people don't record on pitch, which is okay, but yeah. And this thing is called constant velocity. Like the higher the number, the less slurry it sounds, and some otos sound very slurry, so for now I'm just gonna put it at 130. And for VCVs, if you see these things like the lines that are like crossed and stuff, that's envelopes. Like you want to make sure that you press one of these two buttons up here, or else like it'll sound kind of weird. Like I'm gonna show you what it sounds like without those things faded, or crossfaded, what it's called. You can like hear each note starting and it just sounds kind of gross. So you want to press P2, P3, or P1, P4. Like I don't really like P1, P3 makes them a lot more like fadey, so I don't like that, but I use P1, P4 for VCVs most of the time. So this is what this is what the end breath sounds like. Like you can hear it kind of like, oops, kind of fades out like eh. Yeah, so. And then this goes kyo-o. Another thing you could do here though, like honestly, this is for voice banks that have kind of like weird vowels, especially for CVs. Since this goes kyo-o, like it goes up to E3, you could totally take this and like make a new pitch bend thingamajig and bring that up, and that'll still sound the same, just it won't use the o sound, it'll just use kyo and then oshi. So semi-kyoshi. So did you hear it goes do 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 do? Like that's basically what tuning is, and for this you can even make it go a step further and make that go down. Like I don't know, tuning is really weird and it takes a lot of time to get used to, so like don't expect if you're just starting out, don't expect yourself to like have perfect tuning. And you kind of want to make sure that the lines, if you're doing it this way with the kyo-o, you want to make it like so that this line is in the center and it's straight, so it doesn't sound off pitch, because like if you have it a little bit too high, it kind of sounds off pitch. Like listen, like it just sounds a little off pitch, and no one wants off pitch. So semi-kyoshi. See, and then another thing you could do for the oshi, which I've been doing a lot more lately, is I've been like re-otoing. So like here for this pitch, you would want to click this and then go to tsuru or tool and then click whatever that is. I don't really remember the English one. And this button right here duplicates it. So you have two of the sounds, and then like keep the pitch, because for this it has a prefix map, but like take the oshi and you can make it osh, and then make sure you set it so it does it, and then open this thing, the editor. And okay, so I'm not really gonna go much detail into oto, but I'm just gonna make it the osh sound. Hold on. But yeah, so click that and then set it again, and then just click OK, and then change this to osh, because sometimes in Japanese, like I'm kind of learning and stuff, so I know like that sometimes like consonants, even though there really isn't any ending sounds in Japanese, sometimes people do like dis instead of desu, or like kyoshitsu instead of like kyoshitsu. It's kind of just like a thing that people do. Like they'll still like, I think Japanese people will still understand. I don't know, I'm not Japanese. But semi-kyoshitsu, like listen, just listen. Semi-kyoshitsu. I'm actually gonna make that a little longer. Yeah, so, ooh, that did a thing. Sometimes notes do that, you just have to like, there's not really a way to not have that happen, you just gotta fix it. Semi-kyosh. Kyosh. Now the reason it has that really weird like distortion sound is because I'm using tips.exe, and tips is kind of like a resampler that is for clearness, but sometimes things sound really weird. Like I don't know, a lot of people have issues with tips. I've never had issues with it, so I use it a lot, like for every voice bank. But yeah, that's just kind of like a personal preference thing. But if you listen, semi-kyoshitsu, like listen, that sounded good. And another thing, and like I do this sometimes for starting notes, like that have notes that start higher, you go kyoshitsu, like you have it start higher and go lower, and let's see how that sounds. Oh, hold on. Like the note, even though it has like the full note, it's gonna stop where the envelope of this note stops. So you gotta select the note like after it to finish listening to the whole thing. Like, did you hear that? That sounded nice, didn't it? Yeah. I'm just gonna leave this uno alone, but for the tsuno ka, it's like tsuno ka, like, I don't know. I sing to like myself to hear how they sound, and like if it sounds good, I'll put it in, and I just to get an idea of what to do. So kyosh tsuno ka, so make that start lower, and you can tell like if this note was here, I would recommend putting this here, but it's not, because you know it's not. So if it's down there, I recommend putting that down there just so it sounds like on tune, because sometimes it'll sound off tune if you do stuff like that. And you can even do this to give it a little more like pizzazz, like make it kind of like wiggly and make that longer. So semi-kyoshitsu no ka. Semi-kyoshitsu no ka. Like, did you hear that? Ta, ta, the ta sounded gross. Hold on. Like, yeah, did you hear that? It would go ka, ta, ka. Yeah, like, you know, it just sounds nice. But that's pretty much for like pitch bending. You kind of just have to like get used to like where you want to put the stuff. But like I know some, like when I started out, I didn't even know how to make the pitch bend things. Like I knew how to like move them and stuff, but I didn't know how to make them. So if you're curious on how to make them, you right click the note and go to pitch or pitchy, and then make sure you make sure that that has a black check, the portamento or portamento. And this is vibrato or vibrato if you speak English. And I'll show you where to do vibrato things. So this is chi ga kanaderu melody. Listen with your ears. I'm gonna put a vibrato on this note so you can hear it. Like a lot of like actual singers like use vibrato to like make them sound like cray cray. But yeah, this is basically pretty much what vibrato is. You just right click on pitch and then make sure that is clicked. And vibrato sounds like this. Like, did you hear it goes it goes melody. Like you can hear it kind of go like e. And some people use vibrato crazy. Like, and there's no real right or wrong way to use it. Yeah, like it works for different genres, but like sometimes like you'll hear stuff like that it. There's a certain point to where it sounds like inhuman and not being able to sung by a human, and the whole point of tuning is to make the lyrics, the vocals sound a little more realistic. So yeah, that's pretty much vibrato. You can have it even like smaller. You just like take these and like this is how you move it up and down, and you can have it fade out or fade in with these things, like, you know, but I kind of just like to have it like that. And this makes it like more wider or like narrower, I think that's what you would say. I don't know. I'm making my own words. Yeah, I'm making my own words, man. I'm a rebel. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the vibrato. Now you can do other stuff, like some voice banks. I've noticed this a lot more in Japanese voice banks. People take a lot more care recording. I feel like Japanese voice banks have better recordings. Like sometimes, I'm not saying all the times. Like sometimes Japanese voice banks don't have good recordings, but if you can like turn the modulation up, and that makes it so that it doesn't alter the pitch of the sample anyway. Like listen. But yeah, did you hear like on the, especially on the Wow, it's like wow, like if you listen to the actual recording of it, yeah, since this is a powerful voice bank, like even in the frequency you can hear it goes wow like that. So basically, I don't usually have modulation on at all because I like the pitch of the thing to sound good, and you know I like to appreciate the fact that these are singing robots and not actually people. But so yeah, that's what modulation does, and I use tips, so there's not really many flags you can use to like support your stuff. But there are other resamplers that have more flags. I'm gonna go to my UTAU folder. Oh, that's not the right UTAU folder. This is the right UTAU folder, and I have a lot of my resamplers saved here, so I'm just gonna use resampler 4. I think resampler 4 works. I don't remember. Some of my resamplers don't work. Works good if you have like frequency files. Like if you listen to that, like the tips one, you don't have that weird like slurry sound kind of thing. But this makes it sound a little more realistic, and for this you can, and to fix that you can use flags, and you can enter flags here, or you can enter flags here. Like this, they're the same thing. So the G flag plus like 50, this is what it sounds like. So that makes it sound manlier, and then minus 50. Wonder what that does. So if you want to make like Alvin and the Chipmunks, you use minus, but for this song I guess it's kind of cutesy, so I do like -2. I mean, even -2 gender is noticeable. But yeah, and then there's also flags, like when I use resampler, which I rarely ever do, I use like YO, BO, HO, and that just makes it sound a little less slurry, kind of, I think. Yeah, and there's a lot more flags, but I don't really, like I said, I don't really use that stuff, so like yeah, but so I just use tips.exe. most of the time. I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to say, actually. Like, there's nothing much other than, like, the pitch bends. Like, I showed you pretty much what I do for pitch bends here, but sometimes I do crazier stuff. Like, oh, this song, I actually did, like, my original cover that I did with my UTAU Pinku. I did something really crazy with this. Let me see if I can find the part. Saroin motsu kimi no mono dakara uso de mohonde yasu anketo. Okay, this is the part. Urashimo kanashimo warufusa mo senbu. Yeah, this is that part. Okay. Listen to it. See how, like, here the sound, and by the way, like, this is the sound of the note, like, higher, lower, it can go up to 200. Like, I put vibrato here and I make it super wiggly, and then I made it big, and it sounded kind of cool. Alright, hold on. Like, you can hear, you can barely actually hear, like, the big vibrato, but it's still there and it's noticeable, so it sounds kind of cool. It sounded cool, yeah. I don't know if you can hear me over that, because, like, I am just, like, literally just recording this on a sudden whim. But that's pretty much all I have to say for tuning in UTAU. I'll probably do a Vocaloid tuning tutorial too, because I tune really differently, because UTAU and Vocaloid, like, tuning in UTAU is a lot more simple but a lot more challenging, and tuning in Vocaloid you can do a lot more things. So pretty much that's all for the UTAU tuning tutorial, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I helped you. That's my entire goal for this, was to help you. Alright, adios, friend.